Cardinals emerging from their tunnel, and we are ready for football as the Cards get set to match up with the Minnesota Vikings. Two one-loss teams set to lace it up. This ought to be fun, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Forward for about 3 at second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Let's go, Pete. Tighten up. Let's go.
Cousins gives way to Cook, and he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
The third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. They'll run it. Here's Cook. There's some space here. They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Defense had a chance to get off the field here in the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
Take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
58, come on. 58, come on. You got nothing. There you go, 48. You got nothing. Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up. Watch safety creep.
Cousins. Oh, ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And the Cardinals are going to get the 4th down here as they force the INT on the game's opening drive. So good field position for the Cardinals as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Murray flips his forward on a jet sweep. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Second and 8 coming up.
Hey, watch the slant. Check 9. Ace.
Out of the gun, here's Murray. Murray hasn't knocked loose, fumble. But I think a Cardinal was able to gain possession, yes, so they will hold on to the ball.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
Hey, eat. Come back. It's our time, guys. It's our time. Forward. Switch gears.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll throw. That's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Mackenzie Alexander with a pick. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. The head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
First down, here's the run with Cook. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. Second down, they go right back to Cook. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 43 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
And that's why Dalvin Cook is the Minnesota Vikings featured back. You put the ball in his hands, good things happen. Second in the NFL last year in rushing with 1,557 yards, and that's now back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons with 30 combined total touchdowns. What a player is Dalvin Cook.
On first down, it's Cook. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Now a first and 10 at the 11. Left side, Cook. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
All right, Brad, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
5 yards remain on second down. A give. This is Cook. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings have taken a first-quarter lead. Oh, he clanks it off the right upright. And it's no good. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. Good starting field position for them as they come up first and 10 at their own 42.
65. Check 43. Check 3. Slam.
Murray a give. This is Connor. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Single receiver. Hey, you're on an island over there. Single receiver.
They fake the handoff. Now Murray airing it out deep for Smith. And this is taken in at the 5. A huge play there for Arizona. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. Murray flips this forward on a jet sweep. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. Second and goal. Naeem Hines, his first carry. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line. 6-0 our score after 1. Can this Vikings D hold up one more time? 3rd and goal.
Pick it up, guys. Pick it up. Hey, check Mike 45. Check Mike 45.
Hines again. And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown. Hines. His 2nd touchdown on the season. The Cardinals are an extra point away from grabbing the lead. And it's no good. He missed it. And the game remains tied. Oh, boy. So back even at 6 apiece as the kick's away. This taken in at the goal line. And he's able to get it across the 20 to the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And we heavy on the edges, heavy on the edges.
Cousins on 1st down. Open here, Adam Thielen. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
And it shouldn't come as any surprise that you say Adam Thielen made a catch, and it was for a 1st down. He comes off another solid season, over 900 yards receiving, one of the best route runners in the NFL.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They run the counter with Cole. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. 2nd down. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
2nd and 10.
Get the end, boys. Get the end. Get the end. Come on. Come on, work. We won. Come on, work. No.
Now Cousins. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
On 2nd down, now they need a big play here. 3rd and 10. Cousins now. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 49. And a return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
Timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
45's the mic. I got you.
They go quickly here out to Moore. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line.
Rondale Moore
second-round pick from Purdue. Only 5'7", 181. May have prevented him from going in the first round. But what a cerebral player, a great competitor, and his run after the catch, as impressive as anyone had in the draft. Nice catch there. Picks up a first down.
On 1st and 10, here's Murray. And this is incomplete. He was trying to go back to Moore there. That'll bring up 2nd down. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when an ex-defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
Back to the air on 2nd down, it's Murray. They'll try and set up the screen to Hines. And they'll get this down to the 10.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D.
Again, they'll throw with Murray. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Harrison Smith. And the Vikings are going to take over at their own 2-yard line. Well, they were in a great position to take the lead, Charles. Obviously, all they needed was a field goal to do that. They wanted the touchdown. Unfortunately, they're going to get neither.
And you know every offense talks about the same thing each week, don't they, Brandon? They want to end every drive with a kick, whether it's a field goal attempt, a point after the touchdown, or worse, a punt. This time they had that opportunity but didn't get it, because you know the field shrinks that close to the end zone, and that allows a defense to tighten up their coverage, and they pick that one off.
Now it's 2nd and 9. Handoff comes to Cook. And he's upended at the 6 as they double their room to maneuver on a pickup of 3. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
First down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
They were backed up to start the drive, but how about that aggressiveness? Firing it downfield right away. Nice job there getting out towards what would have been their normal starting position.
They'll run on 1st down. Cook, nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. On 2nd and 9, Cousins. That one complete to D.D. Westbrook. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game.
Check, 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 check.
A reminder coming up at halftime. We'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. On first down, it's Cook. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run. But for both sides, they had to walk away from that field like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Well played, wrong football. Check 31, check 31, check 3, check 3. Check 26, check 26.
On second down, it's Cook again. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. And the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. To throw, Cousins. Able to complete this one to Tyler Conklin. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's a big conversion there on 3rd down because they did not want to give the ball up here late in the half. They'd love to take the clock all the way down and score. This will definitely help the cause.
Slam, slam, slam.
First down, here's Cousins. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Steven Nelson. And he will take this all the way down to the 38-yard line. The interception mood on defense had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Now 2 here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply anticipation. It's study and understanding what they like to do and beating them to the spot and creating big plays.
They're watching the film, and it's working. And it'll be incomplete. Good job staying with him defensively, and it'll bring up 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To the outside, that's complete to Williams. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half.
When you look at the geography we're staring at, this part of the field, don't you always think of big backs carrying the football, bruisers trying to pound it in? Instead, look at a little more of a scat back type, and he's trying to make it happen.
Yeah, they went with the elusive, slippery guy. Couldn't get in there, though. And his throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
Speed is the name of the game when it comes to RPOs, and sometimes you can be a little too quick, thus inaccurate, incomplete.
From the 2-yard line yet again. Let's see what they can do on 3rd and goal. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the 2nd down play, they burn the timeout, making them sweat out the final few ticks here in the 2nd quarter. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Now Murray. And that is caught. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the 1st quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the 2nd. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere. Seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
Final play of the half. Cousins. To the right side, complete to Jefferson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So we reach halftime here in Glendale with the Cardinals on top. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. The Cards with a lead, and they will get this football first as the second half gets started. More now on the return. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime total. Oh, they've intercepted Murray for the third time. Picked up by who else? The former Cardinal, Patrick Peterson. So they take over not only in enemy territory, but in the red zone at the 16-yard line. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Interception. Cousins. And this ball is caught by Irv Smith. Touchdown Vikings. Irv Smith Jr., his second touchdown on the season. And the Vikings have tied it. They can grab the lead with a PAT. This time the extra point up and good. And that will put them on top here in the third. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. More now to return. They're up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Bring it! Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in it, and let him fling another one.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Right there, 54, right there, right there.
Murray now to throw. Looking here for Smith downfield. It's caught inside the 25. And he is down deep in the Minnesota territory. A huge play there for Arizona.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. Here's Murray. And this is going to be intercepted. Run it well, and it's picked. And the Vikings are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Check 4, check 4.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Baker with a pick. A You add up last week and this week now, that's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here.
45. Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
They'll run on first down. It's Hines. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Hasn't had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete. Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
In their mind, certainly a field goal try would be a letdown. They had the great starting field position, now facing third down. Throwing now is Murray. Flushed out right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Eric Kendricks able to drop him for a loss of 2, and that will bring up fourth down. Kick is on the money. It's good. And with that, the lead changes hands here in this third quarter. So a response there to the touchdown, the opening drive of this third quarter, as they're able to reclaim the lead.
And I think you'll take that because obviously you'd like to be able to match them touchdown for touchdown, but the first order of business was to get the lead back, and they've done that. Now you want to give a good pep talk to your defense to take it from there.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. Just they move, and they know it affects the defense because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
And Viking fans spent plenty of time wondering how they were going to replace Stephon Diggs when he left for Buffalo. But I think most would agree now that Justin Jefferson was the best rookie receiver in football last year. 88 catches for an even 1,400 yards. I would say the numbers don't lie.
Cousins now to throw on first down. And incomplete.
And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide because that's prime pick-6 territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the third row.
Third quarter of a 2-point game. A good one so far. Here's 2nd and 10. Now again running right, it's Cook. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
from the gun on third. And he's got his tight end, that's Smith. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. From the gun, here's Cousins. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And some room now. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A big connection on that one. 30 yards. So after the big play, look at this. All the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. Zone now, Cousins. That's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. D.D. Westbrook, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Vikings are going to retake the lead. And it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the second extra point he's missed so far. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Set to return it. Here's Moore. And he won't quite make it to the 25. That's what I'm talking about. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it.
Murray fighting, lost the football, and this belongs to the Vikings. Well, the tide definitely seems to be turning in this third quarter as this defense is able to knock the ball free and recover.
And let's look at it this way. Their offense is right back out there who just got them the lead a few minutes ago. This has the potential to be a big swing in this game.
Check, check, lucky, lucky, lucky.
They'll run with Cook, and they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. They try again with Cook. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
Third and goal for Cousins. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. So decision time now, because it feels like it keeps it pretty strong.
Looking at the down and distance, that's where the issue comes in. It's not short enough that it's a no-brainer and you go for it. You have to analyze this one. To me, you take the field goal, take the points. I don't think you want to risk coming away with nothing.
Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And that last turnover could have proven more costly, but their defense only gave up 3. But now answering the field goal doesn't do them much on this drive. They need to try and find the end zone. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Undercrush.
They run again with Hines. Room here to run. And he's going to get this all the way down to the Vikings 33. 63 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to. And they didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run.
Swim.
On play action, it's Murray. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And it will be intercepted. Picked up by who else? The former Cardinal, Patrick Peterson. And the Vikings are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
2nd down, they go right back to Cook. And he's got some space here. Take this all the way down to the Cardinals' 32-yard line. A big play there out of Cook.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Now Cousins. And he's got this to Jefferson. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. Probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this 4th quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now up to 14. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And no run back here for more. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2. Because once they threw the interception and finish off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Airing it out deep for Smith. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
45. Mike,
Murray flips his forward on a jet sweep.
It's just me and you.
And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 11 and a Cardinal first down. Well, that'll help the old passing stats. Remember, it was a pop pass, so it's not a wide receiver run there, Charles.
I like the way that you scored it, and that's exactly how it goes into the books. But remember, he's had success throwing the ball the standard way in this game. And here, this little top pass, it goes for good yardage, a little something extra in his repertoire. We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there.
Hey, check Mike 45. Check Mike 45. Let's go, Tap. Buzz.
Now Murray again. He's got a man on the crossing route. That's Moore. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Murray now. He's got his man. It's caught in zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Vincent Smith, his second touchdown on the season. Cardinals have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a one-score game here in the fourth.
And that's what these guys have done all game long, because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now, we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense, because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
Prater for the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Now D.D. Westbrook to return.
Make it happen.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You've got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in place, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. This is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop them here.
Check Mike 39. Check Mike 39. Pick it up. Pick it up. Pick it up.
Cousins to throw. And this will be incomplete. Boy, can you believe it? Pick 2.
Got some applause for the defense there. They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Barry on to punt as he gets this one away. Returning it is Moore. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah,
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
And that's caught by Williams. throw. Buying time to his left. And Murray with a smart move there at the end of the play. Picks up the first down and then slides to the ground. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. To throw is Murray. Throwing the out route and complete. That's Hines. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be a second down.
Let's pick it up. It's out time, guys. Out time. Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field. Kill, kill, kill.
Back to throw. Murray. Oh, a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. Now Murray. Goes right back to Smith again. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Back to throw. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. The Cardinals forced to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Second and 1 from the 2. And now here's another interception. Picked off inside the 5. He's at the 50, 30, the 20, 10. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Short throw, pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I'll bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for the Vikings, they did what they needed to do. They split their first 2 road games of the year. And they will head home next week to take on the Seattle Seahawks. Meanwhile, for the Cardinals, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Jaguars in Jacksonville.